We cannot see you, Fernando.
No, 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 just a moment,
I mean, your face.
just a moment, just a moment. Can you see my
Yep.
presentation?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Fernanda, we see the slide view, not the presentation view, in case you want to change it.
Okay, okay, now you can see me. Thank
Yes.
you. And everybody, please accept my apologies because I had a beautiful presentation and I have to move very fast now. So we are having the first forum of this year. We had already had 2 fora before, one for mentees and one for mentors. This time we have one for everybody. I allowed myself to change a little bit the agenda because Sue was going to join us later. Now she's here, but in any case, Sue, you are going to provide your advice before we have the conclusions. And we have 2 speakers that I'm also going to introduce. So the first part is going to take me, I will try to make it in less than the 10 minutes because we are late. And then we will have a narrative of experiences and advice of Ainhoa Ugarteche from Spain, and multipodian, who is now a mentor, Rawan Taha from Egypt. After that, and because we have a large number of people, we are going to divide in different groups, and we're going to go over the 9 questions, which are the backbone of multipod mentoring. We will then rejoin the main room, and we will have a discussion about the conclusions of each one of the groups. And after that, Sue Griffey has a very interesting presentation. And after that, you will have to bear with me for 1 more minute. What I would like to show with you is that after we finish, everybody can leave. But in any case, because I know I'm late, we are going to have a 15-minute session for those who want to stay and ask questions or have more comments. And finally, I want to introduce again Anaili Vaquero, who is our new program officer. And this is the address where you can join her. The com is going to change to an ORG because we are now tax-free in the United States, and we are going to change it to ORG, but this one continues to work. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go very rapidly over what is what we do. And pod, the P is pathways, because your mentor and yourself are going to be working on your future careers. The second point, the O, is your opportunities, the most promising opportunities. And finally, this is something that you will have to do in your careers and also in your own life. What are the best decisions that you have to make? Again, going back to the objectives of multipod mentoring, the first one is why you are here, for your professional development, your personal growth, and to acquire or to reinforce some of your technical ability. We are not an academic program, and that is important for all of you, all of us, to consider. But the long-term goal of this program is to build with you and the mentors and everybody that joins the program. Right now, we have 5 generations in the program, to build a critical mass of collective intelligence, a network that will reach as many countries and as many people as possible to work on whatever is needed to improve the health and welfare of the planet. This is the class of 2022. Sorry about the figures, but I thought they were really nice. The class, as usual, the young people, there's a predominance of young women, 73%. This has happened from the very beginning, and only 17, 20% of males. With the mentors, we had always had more men than women. First year, we have about 15% women and the rest were males. For the first time, we have more women than men. And this is great because the young mentees, the women, have been asking to have the advice of a woman. But the good thing is that 43 of them have experience not only as mentors, but experience in the program. We have 34 countries represented here. We always have a problem with the Americas, especially South America. And we have, as you can see, 11 from Europe. You can see the numbers here. And what is important is that we have more than 25 languages just in this class of 2022, and more than 20 disciplines. Of course, most of them are related in some way to health, but we have 7 types of engineers, for example, in the program. We have had all kinds of people, economists, political scientists, etc. And this is 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. These are the countries in which we have somebody who was born there or who is currently residing there, either working or studying in those countries. There are 122. And this is the curriculum for life. Oh, I'm sorry, let me go back. This is the curriculum for life. That's the way, that's what we call it, because it's something that you are going to be using all the time, while you are here and working and in your life. As I mentioned before, the technical and scientific knowledge is what you know, the issues that are important to you. And this is your opportunity, young mentees, to teach your mentors something new, because you're up to date in your field. And that's why it doesn't really matter if your mentor is not from the same discipline that yours, because this is not our main focus. And that is why you can consult with other mentors in the program. The professional development is, of course, the know-how of your profession. And here, the most important part, what everybody is looking for is a job or write your resume, etc. And we have Sue here, she's the expert in all of these areas. Or you want to design and evaluate an international project. Many of you, as most of us, have a reluctance and fear to speak in public. So this is something that you need to do, that you need to master, because it is really, really, really important. Now, this is where your mentee goes in your application. And as you can see, 70% wanted to find pathways and opportunities. And if you put explicitly find a job, it's another 5%. So 3/4 of you, that's what you want to do. Find pathways and opportunities. 9%, of course, is part of that, specifically want to continue their education. 9% need help about writing their thesis or a paper. And this is important because many of you come from really, really high prestige universities, and many times your tutors don't have time to work with you. Your mentor can be an additional tutor in that case. Acquire technical knowledge, that's the least goal, the least part of all the goals expressed in your application. And this is why it's important to focus, and that's what we are doing, on your personal growth and especially your professional development. The proof of the cake or of the pudding, the recipe, I'm sorry, is in the pudding. And this is what the results, the evaluations, the final evaluations from 2017 to 2020. The first two, let me move you all here. Let me see where I can move you so that you don't. I always blame the technology, okay? So that you know. Oh, we have our friends from Slovenia. They have just joined us, 4 people from Slovenia. So this is really wonderful. The first 2 really are the opinions of the participants in the program. And what that is the usefulness and the effectiveness of the program. The next 2 are the really important ones because they are the outcomes of the program. The yellow is the desired job. And as you can see, all the years, about 60, in some cases, above 60%, 70% have achieved that goal. And if before it was 0 or 20%, we have had people who applied to 100 organizations or more without even getting an interview. And it is not because they haven't achieved lots of things. It's because they do not know many times how to express themselves. This other one, it has to do with the desired studies. And this one is a little bit higher because some people are notified the following year. The first year we didn't dare to offer a certificate, and we still owe everybody a certificate because we didn't know how good we were, if we were going to be successful. So the second year we started offering a certificate and it kept increasing. Now, a very important thing is that in 2020, boom, we went down. And that we attribute to the pandemic. 2021 is not really good. I'm sorry, you are the ones who are going to keep us up again. 2021, the compliance, one of the requirements, and I keep telling everybody that this program is for free, please help us. Fill out the final evaluation, but only 80% fill out the evaluation. And here we have deducted the people who leave. About 10% of the mentees leave the program before it finishes because they find a job or because they don't like it. Okay, so that's important. But even with that, it's only 80% that respond. Now, this is even worse. And here I ask for your help. This year has to be much better. These are the number of sessions. I don't think 7 sessions is too much to ask, even if the young people are really, really busy. You can see that 45% had 6 or less sessions with their mentor. And there may be many reasons for that. And of course, 55% went 7 and above. This is important because I have to tell you not only about the success of the program, but also of the failure of the program. And this is one of them. Now, this is the number of sessions versus the outcomes. Let me see if I can move you. I don't know why I cannot move you. Sorry about that. Okay, this is smaller. You can see that? Somebody tell me.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes.
That's fine. Okay. Well, let me see if I can make you big. No. Okay, I have to make it small. I cannot move this. Okay, number of sessions. The highest, and we have seen that this is almost achieved or achieved all your goals that were achieved or almost achieved. As you can see, this is a magic number. 7 and above is when you get the best results. And that's why we ask people to have 7. Other programs tell you, okay, you need to meet every week twice, or every week you need to meet, or every month, etc. We ask for only 7 sessions. Why do we do that? Because one meeting with your mentor is the equivalent to 1 month, 2 months, sometimes even 1 year of your know-how, of the experience that you acquire by working and by living. They accelerate your career because they give you the tricks of the trade and tips about how to behave, how to progress. Now, I stop here. We had a beautiful slide that Anaili prepared, but I don't have it, and we are not going to present that. So we go to the second point of the agenda. And the second item, I want two young people to give you the narratives about their own experience with the program. And this one, I have to make. The first one is Ainhoa, that I introduced before. What is important about her is that she's a professional in public health, working on social epidemiology, and she had a very prestigious scholarship, and she's now working on one of the best institutions, worldwide institutions, on research, medical research. And she's going to tell you why she decided to spend another year with us. Many people spend 2 or 3 years with us. Okay, so I know the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much.
And the microphone.
Yes, I think you can all hear me, right? Yes.
Not very
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. I am happy to know that you all made the decision to join MultiPOD this year. It is a choice that I made last year, and it is a choice that I'm making again this year to continue to be a mentee. So I am here to talk to you about my experience in this program. And I have worked with 2 different mentors, one over last year in 2021, and I am now working with a new mentor. I'm just going to try to highlight what I took away from all of these meetings and the sessions that I did with my mentors. So with respect to last year, I was matched to a mentor who met with me every 2 weeks. Her and I decided on the day and the frequency of our meetings. Something that worked really well for me and from the start was that my mentor asked me to fill out a document to answer questions on what my intentions and goals were in joining this mentoring program. It is something I recommend since it helped me reflect on my purpose and verbalize it. But most importantly, it helped me communicate to my mentor what my needs were. Given that it was a safe document, we could go back to it whenever we wanted. Though later, as the months went on, we did not find our sessions constrained by the initially stated goals. And I highly appreciated the flexibility that the format of our sessions took. This was really important to me because I ended up finding myself navigating a lot of transitions in my academic and professional career. And so it turned out that I preferred during these sessions to discuss the decisions I was taking in my career and what the implications of these decisions were. Once that year ended, I had secured a job, which I am very happy about, and I continue to work in. Though I realized that I had mostly reflected on this decisions part of what MultiPOD stands for, so pathways, opportunities, and decisions. And though I had done multiple sessions with my previous mentor, I felt like I needed to work some more. So I decided to join MultiPOD again this year. And it's also because I feel like I have a bit more control over my environment, and I can reflect now on pathways and opportunities, which I hope will prepare me in making any future transitions. And so I have also decided to change mentors to diversify my experience. And because I realized that I can also benefit from other expertise. And currently I have arranged with my mentor to meet almost every week. And what we do is we discuss our lives, our passions, and topics that we find crucial in today's society. And it's working really well. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Ainhoa. Thank you for relating your experience. And now we are going to have oh, I need to go back to sharing my screen.
Sorry, is it just me that I saw some red lines on the presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's a Zoom bomber here. Infinix Hot 8 Light. You might want to push that person, Annalie, out of the room and get them off here.
Okay, thank you.
You know, the good thing about not knowing technology and is that I cannot be blamed for anything. I can always find somebody that you know, has done something wrong, not me. I'm always okay. Now, the next one is Rawan Taha from Egypt, and she's going to let us know about her experience. She's a global development professional, and she's very famous. She has more than 10,000 followers. She's an influencer. She's very young, and she's worked mostly in Africa, in North Africa, which is her country, and then Malawi, Senegal, and Zambia. And she is now working on business development and youth employment. And this is important because she had a profession in health, and she's not practicing. She's not a clinician any longer. She's not taking care of patients. She's in this area of development, and this is important. Okay, please go ahead, Rawan. It's so nice to see you and hear you.
Fernando, can you enable screen sharing rights? Because I'm going to put Rawan's slides up and it's telling me I can't do it.
Okay, good. Okay.
Great.
I see Karen Gladbach, and I see my friend Steve Corber. Okay. Wow, Juan Manuel, this is great.
Okay, Rawan, I'm ready to go when you are.
Okay, ready. Thanks, Sue. So thank you for the nice introduction, Fernando, and thank you, Sue, for sharing my slides. So Sue and Fernando were my mentors on the program, and as you can see, they're still supporting me to share my slides and help me with other personal and professional issues. I joined the program as a mentee, as Fernando said, in 2019. I think when I was unemployed right after I had finished my master's, I was struggling to find a job. And then I stayed on the program after I found a job, just ad hoc whenever I needed support. And then I decided to give back. And last year I was mentoring a student who was, to be honest, much smarter than me. And don't know how I helped him at all. I think sometimes he contributed to my growth as a mentor just as much as I contributed to his growth as a mentee. Next slide, Sue. So again, this is my bio. I won't go over it again. The most important thing that you should know is that I was on both sides of the spectrum, as I said. So wherever you are right now, I know where you are. So from unemployment, from grad school to multiple international positions, it has been my short journey, and I aspire to aim higher and higher as I go along. So next slide, Sue. So I just put a few logos from my career journey. On the far left is my education. I was in a public school in Egypt, and then I did some further training also in Egypt, and then I did my master's in the UK in Swansea University. The column in the middle, although it looks very glamorous, is a time where I was unemployed. So maybe you can look at the far right and then the far left, and it will tell you my employment and my education. But the column in the middle is like, in development, they call it, the missing middle or the gap. We always talk about people who are either well off or people in extreme poverty, and you forget the missing middle. So this is my missing middle. Stuff that I really don't discuss, but it was a time where I was unemployed. I joined MultiPOD. I started building my LinkedIn platform, gaining lots of followers. I did a few youth programs, short programs like Unleash. Although these are very competitive programs and they help you network a lot, they're not jobs. It's not something you're paid to do. So again, it looks very glamorous, but behind the scenes. And then finally, that Post-it is my new logo right now for my book, which I'll discuss with all of you. The far right is my employment with UNDP in Zambia and currently with CRS. I'm currently between Senegal and Malawi, and today I'm in Malawi, hence the mosquito net and the very poor internet connectivity. Next slide, Sue. Okay, so this is I have been a little bit too hard on myself. I've been writing for almost 2 hours every day with lots of discipline to try to get a book out while I'm fully employed. The book is called No More Job Secrets, and I could say it's almost done right now. Everything has been done. I've just been like holding on to it like a pregnancy. I don't want to let it go. But the book is called No More Job Secrets because it just goes through lots of things that people don't discuss about employment or things that they don't want to discuss. My tagline is how I went from unemployed to internationally employed, and and the book, as my back discusses, talks about things like how to get a job at the UN, how to learn for free online without having to pay for grad school, how to make money through freelancing, and how to shift careers successfully as I have from two seemingly very unrelated careers. So yeah, I can't wait for it to be out, and I can't wait for all of you to read it. Next slide.
And yeah, please.
Sorry, Fernando, I interrupted you. Do you want to ask?
No, nothing, please.
Okay, so for the next slide, I had prepared a little game, like an exercise. I'm not sure if we have time for it. I can put the link if you want, or if we have time. I'm not sure, Fernando, do we have like 5 minutes? If not, then I can just post it and people can put their input later. It's not a problem.
Yes, why don't you do that, Rawan? I can tell you that the book is something that is really, really worth not only your time, but your energy, your concentration, your intellect, etc. Because you are going to find out what is exactly what your people are doing to advance their careers. And I have had the good fortune of following the writings of Taha for Rawan for a long time. And I can tell you, please be a follower because she's a leader. And again, she's going to give you good advice in that book. And the other thing that I wanted to remark is that many times we get referrals to the program. And Rawan was so kind to refer her little sister to the program, and she was also with us. And now, where is she now? Is she in Qatar, or where is she?
She's in Sharjah, the UAE.
Okay.
She's teaching in American University.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry we cannot do this, but perhaps we can schedule another webinar, another meeting, because that would be one of the conclusions or one of the ideas that we would like to share with you. So, Rawan, anything else?
Yes, no, that's it. I just put this. I thought my mentee from last year would be on the call, so I just wanted to give him a shout out and to say thank you for being my mentee as well. And for the previous slide, can you bring it again, Sue? For the book cover, for the previous slide. So I was actually during the previous slide, the cover, yeah. So during a mentoring session with my mentee, I was asking him about the tagline. I initially wanted to go for something a lot more technical. And then I always tell him like to be empathetic, to show his personality. And then he told me, why don't you take your own advice for the cover and show your personality? So it was my mentee helped me come up with the tagline, how I went from unemployed to international, how I went from unemployment to international employment. And he also helped me choose the cover design, him and Sue. So I'm super grateful for that. And yeah, it's a community. You give and you get. That's it. I'm done. If we're not going to do the game, it's fine. I put the link in the chat. It's self-explanatory. So if you wanna be kind and participate after the call, it's absolutely fine. But I'm done for now.
Okay.
And follow me on LinkedIn.
Thank you, Rawan. Very, very nice presentation. Very useful and very effective. So I don't think we are going to divide you in groups. There are more people than what we expected, and I thank you for that. What I think will be best if we have a forum or the discussion from now, because it's 10 minutes before the hour. So let me share my screen again. And look at the 9 questions. Who am I? What am I? And what is my ikigai? And the only one that requires a little bit of explanation is the ikigai. So this is what you need to do and work with your mentor to find out, because that will give you something to define what your pathway, and listen, I put S, pathways. It is a plural, because your generation, you're going to be shifting and changing programs and institutions. In my time, I stayed 30 years in the same institution. And I knew what I was going to do with my life since I was 8 years old. Okay, that's uncommon, but I knew. Now, the second part is, how do I know what I want? And especially, how do I find and get what I want? Your opportunities. And finally, the last 3 questions is, how do I know this is it? How do I choose? And when do I choose? So they're very basic questions, but we really wanted to provide some kind of structure because people have been asking us to do that. Your mentors and yourself, you know this is what you need to do. But please try to do it depending on where in this cycle you are. You may be at the moment of opportunities. That's the majority of our young mentees. But some people still want to define or need to define their pathway. And some already have 2 job offers, for example. Which one do I choose? And this is precisely because we're talking about your future. This is your life. This is your life. And this is what you are going to be asking yourself, no matter what kind of career you have. Listen, I also tell all my young people to always question and question and question. This is the ikigai. The ikigai, according to the definition of that you can find here, you need to have the intersection of everything here. What you love, your passion, what the world needs, your mission, what you are good at, your vocation, and what you do to earn a living, your profession. Let me tell you, the Zacarias, I think like an amoeba and the logic. I think that the last one and the first one are okay. What you love is your passion, and what you do to earn a living is what you, your profession. But what you are good at is not your vocation. Your vocation is what the world needs. Your mission is what you can offer the world. So please think about that. And the other thing is, the other one, what the world needs is actually your vocation. And what your mission is what you are here, why you are here in this world. But in any case, this is a very good schema that you can use and you can discuss, and beware because your ikigai is going to be changing according to circumstances in your life. But your ikigai is you. So the job, you don't need exactly to fit with the job. The job has to fit with your ikigai, with who you are. Okay, we were going to work in groups for 10 minutes. And a group was going to concentrate on the pathway, second on opportunities, and the third one on decisions. I think it would be best if we have, if we open this for your questions, perhaps for the next 10, 15 minutes, and then we have Sue make a presentation, and I will give you some final thoughts. And again, apologize for being late, but those of you who need, those of you who need to read, I think everybody has to listen to what Sue has to tell you. So Sue, why don't you make your presentation, because this is important, and then we open the forum. And those of you who need to leave, you can do that after Sue's presentation. The ones who can stay for a few more minutes if you want, after a break of 5 minutes. Okay, Sue?
Great. Thank you, Fernando. I told you all that the most important thing about me was I bring program evaluation into my mentoring. You just ask my mentees. I'm all about evidence-based results.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had your presentation. I'm sorry.
You want to do an intro? It's fine, and you don't have to do anything formal. Go ahead.
Okay, but I need to share my screen again.
Oh, all right. I'll stop sharing then and then share when you're done. Thank you.
Okay, so that okay. Sorry about that. Oh, the secrets. Sue Griffey. She's a woman who is a program. More than 400 mentees in 9 different programs. And she's the Sue Mentors. And she's also taught or influenced more than 2,000 people. I have had perhaps 400 in 30 years. And some of them I didn't even know that they were my mentees. And she's worked in global health in many countries, but her area of expertise is program evaluation. And she's been with us since 2018, despite all the other programs and the many things that she does. And you can see all her comments in LinkedIn, and she continues to teach and to learn all the time. She's going to focus exactly in what you, the young people, find that your mentors have and the reason you are seeking the help of your mentors. I'll stop sharing and please go back, Sue.
Thank you. All right, I just have, there it is. All right. Thank you, Fernando, for the nice intro. What I want to cover with you are 5 different observations. These are observations from my program evaluation background. They aren't numbered. Fernando will laugh because I'm always asking him for numbers and denominators that we can talk about percents. These are observations, but these are what mentees tell me over and over again. The most important one for me and for mentoring pairs is the importance of the mentor as a mirror. It is a self-reflective practice, mentoring, which you think, oh, self-reflection, that's, I should be journaling or something. No, when you talk, the mentor is helping you by holding up a mirror. And mentees tell me when they verbalize things, when they hear themselves talk, they have an awareness, they realize changes that are happening. Number 2, a mentor is a guide. Yes, everybody knows a mentor is a guide, but here's how it works in a relationship that goes in 2 directions. And Ainwa, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. You referred to a couple of things I'm going to talk about today. But mentees know what their goal is. They're very clear on their goal. What they often don't know and feel reassured is that mentors help provide the roadmap, or as I tell people, the individual steps that are going to get you to your goal. Number 3 is Mentors reassure with wisdom and guidance. That's great. Many of us, at least I know Fernando and I are in the many decades area right now. We have a lot of wisdom and guidance, and that's very helpful and important. Mentees tell us that. But mentees value knowing that we can share examples from other mentees. Peer examples bring so much weight and credibility. I've helped other people who can't get a job. I understand what you went through in grad school. A mentee last year had that same issue. They really value knowing they're not alone, but also that we have some experience outside of just talking to them. I'm all about pom-poms. I call myself the mentor with pom-poms, though I was never a cheerleader. Mentors actually help you celebrate, you mentees, your small wins each time. And some of that you may not realize until you think back, oh, when we started the day's session, the mentor asked me how things were going, reinforced how I had moved along, whatever, a job application, filing for promotion, a fellowship. So they help you see your progress, not just plan for getting there, but help you see your progress. The other thing that mentors do in, especially in a program like MultiPOD, where we know there's a defined end, is at the very beginning, and I'm why you said this, you said something like your mentor and you set up your schedule, and at the end, it was more fluid about exactly what you talked about, but you still knew that you were going to be working along together. And so mentees can see from mentors working with them their steps to get there. My 5 observations, and now I want to give the image credits for all the images that I use. And as Rawan said, and all of us should be doing this, connect with me on LinkedIn. You can find me as Sue Mentors or Sue Griffey. I come up in both searches. Look around the people who are here today that you've heard talk or you heard the introductions. Send us all links to connect. It's good if you get in the habit of just saying, it was great to see you on MultiPOD, or I'm a MultiPOD mentee, something that lets people know where we connected from. But use LinkedIn for the power of our networks, and especially Rawan's, it's great. I do have a lot of resources, and I've just started in January a self-paced course that I also run in a cohort fashion, 4 steps to your professional presence. It's free of charge. You can register for it at this link, and I'll make sure that I drop these in the chat while we're having our forum, so you can click on them now if you want. Thank you for having the opportunity to speak, Fernando.
Thank you, Sue. And this is one example of resources available for you. But please continue to see your mentor. This is something in addition to the mentoring you are going to do with your main mentor and other mentors in the program. And something that I would like to tell you is that on the website, which is not up to date, we have a section of resources where you can find things that you wouldn't expect. For example, access to several thousand newspapers from all over the world. You can have access to all the ministries of health to find out what they are doing in that country, what is happening in that country. You have access to different institutions, programs on global health. Again, it's not a technical program. Job databases, the connections to the main international institutions, et cetera, et cetera. So please go to that, because many times people ask me, okay, well, I need to find that. Well, go to the website and start from there. And if you need, and if you want, that if you know that any organization that we should have there and we don't have it, please send us the link and tell us why it should be included. One question for all of you, or for most of you. It's 3 minutes over the hour. And I would like to ask you if you want to have a recess of 5 minutes, and those of you who want to stay will listen to the last part, and you will be able to ask questions, because I know that your time is very valuable. And I was late. So I ask you that if you want to stay, you can stay. We're going to stop for a few minutes, but then you will never know the evaluation of 2021. Okay? You will never know what happened in 2021. And you will not know what the advice that I can give you, I would like to give you before you meet with your, or continue to meet with your mentors. So it's up to you. It's up to you. Okay. So the other thing, and I read, were we supposed
Yep.
to take a picture of the group? Can we do that if people are kind enough that they want to
The meeting, you mean
yeah,
the,
the meeting, everybody, because this is, I mean, this is an opportunity. I think we have at least, I don't know, 25, 30 countries represented here.
okay, yeah, we can, I can take a screen.
Anybody who is not, does only wants to offer their name, which everybody already knows your name, just leave it on your screen and that's it. But nobody will know you internationally. They will know your name only. Okay. So
Well, I will wait. Okay, so if you want to smile, you can do it, because I will take this.
as many as possible. Oh, Katia, okay. Charles,
Tell us when to smile.
don't smile, be serious so that people think that you are really, really serious.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. And the rest, 1, 2, 3. Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, now everyone, you look good.
Okay. So why don't we give you a few 5 minutes, and then you can, shall they go out and rejoin?
No.
Or just the ones who want to leave. Okay.
I would suggest that we continue.
You suggest that we continue?
I think so, unless someone really needs like the 5-minute break, but if not, for questions,
Okay, yeah.
I think it's a
okay.
good idea.
That is important. Okay, Sue and everybody
Who
else.
needs to go? Yeah.
Yeah. It's Friday, and
Yes.
many of you have obligations, dancing, children, go out for dinner or the movie theater or whatever. For those of you who can stay for a few more minutes, that will be great. And Pia, thank you for referring these 4 bright people to the program.
Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to accepting them to the program. Thank you.
And they're also giving us the opportunity to know something about what they do and their plans for the future. Okay, great. So should we, okay, I promised that I was going to show you what happened in 2021. 2021 was the largest class that we have had. We had 81 people. Usually we have between 50 and 60. This year we have 53, and then some people leave and some new people come. So we always end up with about 55. Oh, Sue told you about the mentors. I have just a few words about mentees. Why you are in the program? You are in the program because, and please don't be modest, because you are best among your peers. And you are going to say, no, I am not. I'm talking about your circle. Yes. people around you. And not only those, and again, not only the scientific or academic or job part. You are unique, my friends. You are unique. You have talents that we also need to benefit from and explore. The qualities that we are looking for is that you are all extraordinary. By that I mean you are not just one of the 7.5 billion people in the world. Well, you are one of this, but you are really at the top because of your education and the opportunities that you have taken. And again, you are unique. There's nobody like Jose Romero or Mireia or Andrew or anybody else. There are about 10 like me. I have met a few. Okay. And then, but what we are most interested is in what you do. I say that many times I prefer to be useful than to be happy, because I cannot be happy if I don't feel that I'm being useful. And then you have to get results. You have to achieve. And finally, you have to be successful. According to society, the institution where you work or your own practice, and also your own personal standing. And I think that is extremely, extremely important. Because what I advise everybody is to be profoundly human. Think about being profoundly human. What does that mean? That means it's your life. And you are experimenting. You are experimenting now. And there are two types of experimentation. One is the exploratory part, and then it's the analytical part. When you are young, you are exploring. And when you are old, you try to explain what happened with your life. If you do that very early, you may get depressed, or you may get satisfied for what you have. So there are different stages in your life. And again, this is unscientific. The control is your past. Experimental is your future. So this is regarding age. When I say be profoundly human, I say, please, 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 please don't be Mother Teresa. And please, please, I beg you, don't be Pablo Escobar. You are there, the center moving a little bit to both sides, because you are profoundly human. You are not a saint and you are not a sociopath. So this is important. And the last part has to do with ethics. Do no harm. Hypothetic oath. Do no harm. Forget about sin and everything. If you do not do harm to anybody or the planet or whatever, you are okay. You are okay. So those are my three main points. And I would like to open the floor for any questions if they are not very difficult. And please raise your hand. And can they open their microphone? And I leave. Whoever wants to talk.
No, everyone can.
Okay, so everybody can. If not, I will do like a professor I had that made everybody feel really bad, because he will ask you about the femur and he will ask you about, you know, the brain or whatever. And if you didn't know, you were in trouble. So Anju, I call on you. Anju Gauta from Nepal. What?
Hi. I'm not sure what I have got as a question right now, though.
That's why.
But I was while we were talking and sharing to connect with each other, I was also thinking if there is also a list of alumnus or people who have been here before.
Yes, we have had slightly over 300, I think 320. In July of this year, we're going to send everybody a follow-up survey to see how they are doing. And that will be also not the start, because we have already started. Some people are meeting by nationality or by discipline or whatever. They are meeting by themselves. And that's why we send everybody the profiles of everybody, so that you can feel free to contact. Because one of the ideas of the program is also the networking, and more than that, the net weaving. Net weaving is networking where you introduce two people, like a matchmaker, or three people, or many people. So we are going to do that with the people that we have, because we want to really, really enforce and strengthen that network of collective intelligence. And it's not because we are elitist, but that's what make us human, our capacity to communicate and to interact. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Ancho. Anybody else? Well, we have the path. Why don't we take another continent?
Veronica.
Veronica, please.
Hi, more than a question, it was a comment to thank you for the opportunity. I think it was great to hear from Rawan and Ainhoa and their experience as mentees, and also on the other side from Sue. And I think it's a real gift, at least for me as a mentor, to see both sides, and that what is expected of me as a mentor, but also what mentees are looking for. And I think one thing in my experience that has been great is actually that two-way communication and that learning from each other. I haven't had a lot of experience of interchanging with other mentors as far as the program goes, and maybe that could also be quite interesting in the sense of when you get stuck, or things like that. And so it was just a comment to explore for the future as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Veronica, we are going to try to have at least one webinar per month. And that falls on the shoulders of an Ailey. She will be responsible for that, and she will help us organize the webinars. Okay, yeah, it's a good idea. I think it would be best if there are mixed webinars, mentees and mentors, because we have so much to learn from each other. But you can have your mentors and then your mentees, whatever. But at least one webinar per month. We haven't done that before. We just had about 4 every year, but now we have a chance to have it more. Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Be careful, because then I will call somebody. And okay, Dr. Firdausi.
Yeah, Fernando. I've been a mentor right from the inception, and I'd like to just share with the people on the screen the definition of a mentor, which was there on your website right from the beginning. I always emphasize that, and I always use that within MultiPOD and whenever I am teaching in the different universities that I have. A mentor is somebody a little older, a little wiser, from whose hindsight a young professional or a mentee can gain foresight. I say that again, from whose hindsight a mentee, a young professional or a student can gain foresight. So that is, I think, very important. And I always use it in my mentoring within MultiPOD and out. So I just wanted to share that. and reiterate that it was on your website right from the beginning. Thank you, Fernando.
Thank you, Firdausi. Thank you. I'm going to call on Charles. Charles, yes, my friend. We need to have somebody from Mother Africa to tell us something about you and what you think if you have a question.
Okay, thank you very much for the privilege. I'm really glad to be part of this mentorship program. I'm hopeful that this program will expose me better to my area of expertise. And I am so expectant and overwhelmed as well. I'm hoping to.
Charles, something
Hello,
very
can you hear me?
important.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Something, yeah, we can. Something very important for everybody. If you contact your mentor and for some reason you have problems with communication, please let us know, let Anaili or myself know, because by now you should have had at least one session with you. One, see. Okay, there's lots of noise, so that's why I stopped Charles. Okay, so I'm going to call, which continent do we need? Okay, why don't we ask one of our friends from Slovenia, because there are 4, and the chances were at least 12% that one of you was going to be called to talk. Why did you decide to join this program? Aljash or Katia or Monica? Because Monica, you are here.
Yeah, I'm here. So I decided upon an invitation of my future mentor for my residency, Dr. Pia, because as she mentioned it, I thought it was a great opportunity because I would like to know people from all around the world. And also I'm a bit of at a cross section because I don't know exactly what I want to do in life. So I think a mentor is just what I need right now. So it was a perfect fit.
Wonderful, wonderful. We still have time for 1 or 2 questions or a comment by anybody. So we have Europe, Egypt, Africa, and Vero, you represent both Mexico and the Americas and Switzerland. So we would like to hear from the young people, otherwise.
I'm sorry, I just have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Since we joined a bit later as the others, could we get mentors assigned? Because I haven't gotten anything yet.
Not yet. We wanted to
Okay.
for you to join, and you will. I mean, we need to ask a few questions. We need to find the best mentor for you.
Okay, thank you very
Best
much.
mentor for you. Okay, and then you decide, because in May there's also an opportunity. There has to be good chemistry and good communication, and that's really important. So we would like to know and send you the profiles of a few mentors. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So that's the way. I mean, you are the ones who choose the mentor, as in real life. You are the ones who go to one person and say, "Oh, please, can you help me?" And then the mentor is the one who accepts you. Okay, yeah, you will be able to choose. Nobody else? Okay. Well, I didn't tell you what happened in 2021. If you want to hear, it's 3 slides. Oh, you are so lucky. You are so lucky. I don't have it. I don't have it. But let me tell you, let me just show you this one, just one. Did I show you this one before? I don't think so. What it shows is 1 to 3 sessions, only 13% reach the goals that they want. I think I'll show you this one. 4 to 7, 4 to 6, only 27 reach their goals. Here, almost achieve or achieve, 33 was 46, 79, almost 80% reach their goals. And that's why we have this threshold of 7. I don't know why, perhaps Sue or one of you can tell us, because every year, after we reach this between 7 and 10, usually, we go up and then we come down and we go up again. And I don't know why that is. This is 13 plus, and this is up to 12, 10 to 12. This is 7 to 9. So please, please, please have a high expectation, because the program is yours. The program is for you, not for the mentors. It's for you. So please have high expectations and try to get as much as possible from the program. And if you need to have other mentors in addition to your main mentor, please say so, or please feel free to contact somebody. Some of the mentees have had up to 5 mentors during 1 year. Of course, they don't have 7 sessions with each one of them, but they may have 2 or 3, and then the experience is more fruitful. Well, if there are no more questions or comments, I just want to thank all of you. And I won't apologize again, but my glasses are important. So I hope to see you next time in about 1 month. All of you who want to participate, Dr. Pia Bracco has a good idea for a webinar that may be of interest to everybody. I won't tell you what it is so that there's some expectation. And with that, I think I want to thank you, and we'll see you again in about 1 month.
Yeah, Steven has a question, and also in the chat, if English is the only language.
Oh, okay, there are questions there? Okay, we'll answer the questions after the meeting. Thank you very much, everybody.
Steven, you can answer your question, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So quick question, because when I heard the mentee from Slovenia, she said we didn't have a mentor yet, but I think I have my mentor, and I already have 1 session, like an introduction session. So is it going to be another mentor, or just it will continue this way? Because I'm wondering.
Yeah, you will continue with your mentor, but you will have a chance in the next, the first, not evaluation, but monitoring session, to let us know if you feel that you need additional help, additional advice. But always give yourself at least two sessions so that you can really, really get to know each other. Because many times, or sometimes, you may feel that, oh no, this is not what I wanted. I wanted somebody who is a veterinarian, or I need somebody who is a physicist, or whatever. So please give 2 chances, have 2 sessions. And then if there's anything that you need additionally, please let us know.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for organizing the webinar as well.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. It's nice to see your faces.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for the presentation. Bye.
Thank you.